he's asking, he wonders, is there a way to distinguish friend from foe? Question, is there any broad general method by which the etheric or friendly craft can be distinguished from the astral machines from the center of the Earth? This is actually a very useful little point here. Answer, as a general rule, you may conclude that all cigar-shaped craft are potentially hostile to your people. These are the craft from the center of the Earth which have carried and are carrying out hostile acts against your people. Our craft are, for the most part, heel-shaped or disc-shaped. This is a rule of thumb, as you term it, for distinguishing between them. I'll just finish this exchange. Question. We read much about craft which flew in earlier civilizations, such as Atlantis. Are these astral craft comparable to Atlantean machines, meaning like the Vimanas of the Hindu Vedas? Answer. They are almost identical with these craft, or with those craft. They are, of course, made of a material that is akin to, but of a higher vibratory form than your own matter. They are therefore not normally visible to your optics. And so now that's the connection between the astral craft, different than the etheric craft, and the Atlantean machines, which were physical, I guess. Vimanas is one example. And so they're comparable. But again, these are different levels, physical, astral, etheric. By whom are these craft manned? They answer, they have a variety of beings in these craft. They may be human-type entities in the astral body, in every way similar to yourself. They may be elementals, subhuman slaves of the astrals. Or they may be astral monsters of a proportion and type likely to fill you with terror were you to contemplate them. In your measurement, many of them are gigantic and horrible to behold. The craft may be manned by all or any of these creatures. So we're talking about astral craft coming from the center of the Earth or related to the moon. There are beings in the craft. They may be human in astral body, so they're not physical, but they may have a human appearance. They may be elemental, meaning not ensouled, or associated with thought form entities. Or what is a thought form entity? It's astral elemental. And so that's one can actually say that elemental is per se astral, meaning earth, water, fire, air, so-called four elements. What are they? Well, the stuff in the air, let's go to Earth. What is it? Is it an atom? Is it what? Hydrogen? Is it one proton in the nucleus with one electron? It's hard to say. It's certainly the tendency of substantiality or substance or solidity. Is it a hydrogen atom, perhaps, as the building block of all so-called material elemental combinations? Maybe. What about water? H2O? So it's molecular. What is astral? Well, it's not physical molecular. It's the building block. I would imagine there are astral elementals, or some of these elementals are thought form entities of elemental astral matter. Astral plane is a form of matter. Matter is physical matter. There's astral matter. It's all 3D. So it gets super complicated. There's physical matter. There's astral matter. There's physical elements, which I think I don't understand so fully. And then there's astral elementals, which may be here what we're talking about, which may in fact be what elementality or elements really are, being astral, meaning non-physical basis of material form. So these elementals, or non-ensouled entities, I think, subhuman, right? What's subhuman? Second density. So programmed mind programmed bodies, maybe. Like the Greys, in some cases are, maybe. Or then astral monsters. What's a monster? Well, a scary looking entity. Are those what are those? I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert on the demographics of the astral plane, because there's a lot going on there. And So you've got all sorts of different strange creatures in these astral craft coming out of the center of the Earth related to the moon, related to Orion. And the major point that I think is important is that cigar-shaped craft all are potentially hostile. And so there are many examples of cigar-shaped craft in UFO contact or UFO sightings history. There are many cases of strange-looking UFOs and creatures, such as seen in South America, like in the Brazilian Amazon forest and very rural areas, attacking people, taking water or attacking people. Taking water is associated with these inner Earth groups that want water and need water. Attacking people, obviously, is not done by Confederation. It probably is coming from these astral negative entities. So be careful whenever you see a picture or hear a discussion associated with, quote, cigar-shaped craft, be on your guard. It may be it may well be negative entity or negative group activity. Likewise, when you hear the word Orion, any human using the word Orion for any reason needs needs scrutiny to understand that this person may be under the sway of negative entities. This person may wittingly, unwittingly be working with negative extraterrestrials. Maybe yeah, maybe no. Good to look, no? Wouldn't you want to know? So, to me, these are red flags when somebody talks about Orion anything. They're wanderers, people who think they're wanderers, who say they're from Orion. How do they get that idea? Everyone's different. Some people were told that. Some people just believe it because they read it. Some people think that's cool. Same thing with cigar-shaped craft. So, it's real complicated. But be careful. And but you can see the difference between the shape of the craft and the different orientation of the groups using them. So, more to consider.